Welcome to Herf Zone Live, the show that is unlike any other cigar show, where we have the most eclectic lineup of guests, of which some smoke cigars and some who don't. Either way, we bring you the best content weekly. Herf Zone Live is sponsored by StogieLives.com. If you're out there looking for a social media platform that's friendly to cigar smokers, I suggest you check out StogieLives.com. It's an awesome platform. You can meet people from all over the world. You deal with the politics of regular social media. Well, Stogie Lives is just for the cigar smoker and all the interests that we really get into. So make sure you check them out and tell them Shirtless Mike sent you. So, how's everybody been? I'm so sorry for the lapse of shows the last few weeks. A couple weeks ago, I went to the Great Smoke and I had my official birthday bash, and it was a lot of fun. I met all kinds of interesting people and made some connects to get people on the show. And one of the connects that I got for the show, somebody who I met, is Ish from BAMF Cigars, who is tonight's guest. And if you haven't met Ish yet, if you don't haven't heard of BAMF Cigars, badass motherfucker cigars, then you're definitely gonna want to continue to tune in and all that good stuff. So before we get started here, I got my boy house guest. He's watching my boy Adam Wolf. What's up, homie? Oh, I got people coming in. Boom. I got people coming in left and right now. So without further ado, waiting patiently in a Cigar Hustlers podcast green room, I got Ish, aka Ish Patel. No, just playing. Inside joke. We'll explain it. From BAMF Cigars. What's going on, Ish? How you doing,
How you
brother?
doing? How you doing, man? How's
I'm
everything?
doing wonderful. Wonderful, man. So, yeah. So, just before we get into anything, so at the Great Smoke, Kevin Kamish Pero, well, actually, I think this might have been on a virtual Herf, but anyway, we were all together hanging out, and then he started calling Ish Patel instead of Nish or Nimish. He's like the long lost Rocky Patel brother. So that's kind of where that came from. So
Yes, yes.
yeah. So how was your experience like at the Great Smoke this year? Was this your first Great Smoke, or is it just one of many that you've been to?
Well, I was last year as a guest because it was just a virtual, so it wasn't in person. And the years prior, it just happened that I never been in Florida, and the Great Smoke really, literally is about 8 9 minutes from my house. And in person is the first time I went over there. So this was the first time. It was very good. Another years they do it outside. No, as a matter of fact, I'm lying. I went before the pandemic. I went with a good friend of mine, Bill, from New Jersey, and it was outside. It was hot, and then it started to rain a little, but you have tarps and everything, and it was good. Last year was virtual, and this year is nice, but it was sometimes too smoky. Too smoky. Well, you were there. It's very
Yeah.
hot. When you have 2,500 people smoking 7 8 cigars,
Yeah.
in a few hours you get it smoky. But overall, very good, very good. I like it. The show was
Awesome.
magnificent. It was awesome. So yeah, I like it. I like it.
Awesome. Yeah, I had a good time. Pretty much the highlight, the number one highlight was officially meeting you, and when you came to my birthday bash
Thank
uh
you.
and let me tell you, like me, just coming from the bottom like I come from, and how well known I've gotten in the cigar world, like I mean, the fact that people came out on a Wednesday the way that they did. I mean, if it was on a different day when even more people were in town, it would have been standing room only. But like it was there's every seat was filled, and there was plenty of room and still, but it was an awesome time. So
It was
I
good.
appreciate you for coming out. I was 5 sheets to the wind, not 3 sheets to the wind. I was 5 sheets to the wind by the time you got there.
Yep. But
And
it
I
was
think I think Joey was saying that you guys went through like 5 bottles of wine, and I heard him say 5 bottles of wine, like I thought it was him, but you were basically between the two of y'all, but for every one you had like 2 glasses or whatever, so kind of evened out.
yeah,
That
we
was
have
what I
fun.
heard when I was sober.
Yeah, it was fun because they come over here around, I would say 1 o'clock, something like that. As soon as they landed, They came over here, and we were here until we went to see you. But it was a little mistake. I told them that it was probably the one in West Palm, but for some reason, they thought, I believe it was Danny, he thought that it was in the one in Boynton. So first we went all the way there. So obviously, you were not there. So
Yeah.
we were over there, smoke a cigar, and then I said, guys, it's in the one by my house. So it's about 50 minutes from my house. But no, we went to the one that is 35 minutes from my house. But it was good. We had fun. It was a fun night.
Yeah, see, this is the first time I'm hearing about this because, like I said, I was 5 sheets to the wind. I probably, if you try to tell me that, I would have known what the fuck you were talking about at that time. So yeah, we got a nice little crowd here, gathering on the show and everything. So, let's get into it. So, you're originally from Spain. Tell me about what it was like growing up in Spain. Like, how is it different over there from like over here?
Oh, it's totally different. So growing in Spain is to me was good. It's not like I choose, and say, yeah, mom, I that, I want to be born in Spain. But it's good because different culture for sure, different education system, different food, different everything. Over there is no such a thing like you have to drive your sons to school or nothing like that. You start school when you're 3 years old and you walk to school. Obviously, the school is within 1 mile, 1.5 miles. And it's not like from 9 to 2 or 3. It is from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Then you go home, eat, go back, and you go back from 3 to 5. So it's a study totally different. And but to go out is different. It's not as more fun, but you don't need to drive. It's no long distance. It's no nothing. So you have public transportation for everything. That's the good thing. Not just Spain, the whole Europe. So when I came over here first time, and I saw a bus station, I said, well, I'm gonna ride in a bus and see the roads just to get familiar. It took like 2 hours and a half until I said, what happened over here? And one guy goes by and said, hey, you waiting for the bus? I said, yeah. He told me, good luck. I said, they show up whenever they show up. I said, geez, that's not good. I'm used to every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
But it's different. It's totally different. You cannot compare one with the other. It's both of them, they fun, different cultures, both of them good. So it's different. But yeah, it was a little shocking at first.
Yeah. And you're a veteran as well. So from the research that I've done, you were, in the military in Spain. Am I correct on that?
Yes, you are. Yeah,
Cool.
I was
So how long were you in, and like just do you know the differences between the military over there or here? Are there much of a difference, or is it pretty much?
It is tons of difference. It is tons. First of all, the funny thing, I didn't want to go to the military at all. But just happened that the year I went, it was the last year that every male, it has to go yes or yes. It was mandatory. So I didn't want to go because I already had my job. I was serving instructor of martial arts. I was working with different police departments. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to waste, 1-2 years of my life for do nothing. But thanks to that, it was way better. It was way better. I did my service. They asked me if I want to get step professional. I say no. And I was with the 2-star generals. They told me, Ish, with everything that you know from before, with the things over here, you've been teaching us over here, martial arts, driving, and all of that. Don't waste your time. Don't get in the military. Be a contractor. I say, what the hell you mean a contractor? He said, you're going to have contracts from the military, for the government, and you do your thing. You guys are a team and do all of that. So that lasted about 11 years. And then I went to anti-terrorist. That's what I was doing. And the difference is, basically, over here in the military, you can take pictures of whatever you want. You can just pose, with your weapons and whatever you want. Over in Europe, God forbid, you take a picture and you post in Facebook. You just go straight to military jail. You cannot do that. It's more free. Like they don't want to for people to know which kind of weapons you have, which kind of vehicles you have, which kind of installations you have. Which it makes sense in you think about it. Over here is more open. Everybody's just posting pictures of this, doing that. Over there, you're not allowed to do that. It's more street. But in the other hand, when you go to eat, you eat a ribeye with a bottle of wine, with a piece of bread, with potatoes, and unless that you go out, and then you have the MREs. But other than that, you like a you home operated. So that's the difference of the good over there, but it's not so good over here. But training is more or less the same thing. And at the end of the day, when you start to train, you get around the whole countries, and all the countries go to you. You go to different countries. So at the end of the day, military is military, and it's all more or less we are the same. More
Yeah,
or less.
yeah, and so it seems like it's just like over here, those who served, it's like a brotherhood,
It is.
and now, did you get into cigars when you were in the military, or was that like later on?
Oh, smoking cigar. It was before that.
Okay.
I started to smoke cigars. Well, this is what happened in Spain. It's another thing that is different than the United States. United States, you cannot drink or smoke. Well, before it used to be 18 for smoke, 21 for drinking. Now it's 21 for both.
Yeah.
But in Europe, you 14 with the consent of your parents, you can you can drink if they present, and you can smoke on your own. You have the consent of your parents. So if a police officer stop you, you say, no, my mother allow me and my father allow me. They will make sure that they go with you to the house and make sure that your parents allow you. And that's totally legal. It's no problem. So what happened is that I started to smoke cigars when I was 14. And my father, he was a merchant marine. I say was because he passed away. And he saw me when he left. I was just, 12 something, even 13 years old. And obviously I was not smoking. When I came back, or he came back, he saw me smoking cigarettes. So he asked my mom if he gave me the permission to do that. I said, yeah, I'd rather for me to buy the cigarettes for our son that he go in the street and do whatever. I said, okay. So he told me, come over here, macho man. And he introduced me to cigars. He made me have a drink with a cigar, and I hate it. I became green. I inhaled the whole thing. He was laughing. He never told me that you cannot inhale. And it was so bad, but I'm so hard-headed that it's something I cannot do. I will master that thing until I do it perfect. And that's when I start with cigars. And over there, everybody, mostly, we're talking about 40 years back. So people, they roll their own cigars, their own cigars and cigarettes, both of them at the houses. So it's when I start to, that's good. Then in the military, yes, I became very, very, passionate for the cigars. And then when I moved to the United States, even more, until then, obviously now we have the factories and all of that and all these brands. But
Yeah. Now, do you remember what your first cigar was? Was it Cubans? Because I know, like in other countries other than America, people get Cubans, and that's kind of like the standard. So, was
it
that what you started with?
No. Well, yes, I start for the one that my father did. He just want to fuck me up. Part of my friends so I stopped smoking, and he gave me something called Farias. Farias, you have mild to medium, and you have super full body. I'm not talking full body. You're talking full body in sturdies, and it's what he gave me. And that was my first cigar. I cannot remember that. I guarantee you I can't.
Yeah.
Then you're totally correct. It was Cubans because remember, Habanos SA is on 50% Spain, 50% Cuba. So, and in Spain, we can access to Cuban cigars all day long at cheaper prices that they have even in Cuba. So that's what normally, until I came to this country, mostly was Cubans, to be honest. Yeah. Not too many new wars over there at all. Now they start to be more, but it was always Cubans.
Nice. And so after you got out of the military and stuff, and you came to the U.S., what brought you to the U.S.? Was it just for, you wanted to come over here? Did you have family over here? Like, what was your motivation for coming over here?
Oh, as a matter of fact, supposed to be after 11 plus years with no vacation, supposed to be a 3 months vacation. And the reality is that, I was doing the military, I was trained over there, I was with the law enforcement, and then I opened with another person investigation office, we have it. And after the years working with the guy, he wanted always to introduce me to his daughter. And I say, I don't mix pleasure and work. One day, all of a sudden, here he comes with this beautiful woman, and it was his daughter that lives over here in West Palm Beach, or used to anyways. And she was over there for 3 months. So we start to play around, ha, and at the end happened what it happened. And the father asked me, and he told me, so what are you going to do now? He put me kind of the balance. And like I told you, I had don't put me in the balance. So I choose your daughter. So I came over here. Theoretically, it's supposed to be 3 months. Then the 3 months became 3 months. Then I was still working investigation over there and teaching over there. So I was back and forth for about 2 years. And I said, you know what? I'm going to stay in the United States. And he was pissed off about that. But I said, it's my life, and I'm going to stay in the United States. So I became resident. Just when I supposed to have my green card, 9/11 came. So they stamped my passport, but they didn't give me the actual green card. So it took another year and a half, something like that. And then because I was not married, it took me another 5 years to become a citizen. But that's how I came. I supposed to be vacations, fun or whatever. And at the end, the vacations are going to be 23 years in July. And I still have this accent.
You still got the accent, yeah. But that's the thing. Once you become an American, it doesn't matter where you're from. American is, by, choosing to be here, we're united in, and just our core beliefs, so we could do whatever, we just got to work hard, and, we all come from somewhere else, so now, what kind of caused your interest into starting your own cigar brand, like initially, like, when was it that you initially, got into wanting to start your own cigar brand?
In fact, with this one with BAMF, in fact, it happened. I used to have a partner, and then I bought him out a couple of years back because he's busy doing other things, and it was too much. So I said, okay, take care of this, you take care of the other things. So I bought him back his 50%. And but it was his deputy sheriff, the SWAT team over here in PBCO, Palm Beach Sheriff Office. And just happened that my wife, he works at the dentist's office that his father owned. And when the father knew that he was moving to Royal Palm Beach, where I live, said, hey, stop at night, because he was at night, and go by Carrie, my wife, and Ish. And go have some dinner or have your break or smoke a cigar. He said, what do you mean smoke a cigar? Yeah, he smokes cigars. He has plenty of cigars over there, and yada, yada, yada. So he used to come on his breaks, sometimes for dinner, sometimes to say hello, sometimes to smoke a cigar. And we just came and we said, okay, we smoke so much. Why wouldn't open our own brand? And just happened like that. I said, how are you going to call it? And I say BAMF, and he said BAMF. I said, how the hell you know? Well, both of us were military. This is a military term, since the Vietnam. And that's how he came. And we started to do the green tips and this and this and that. And at the end, I said, you know what? It's worth it to go over there and have a factory, because, it's always excuses. Coming from the Dominican Republic for another factory was excuse. They had to consolidate all the, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 cigars, so it's cheaper or whatever. Then every time it was excuse. Oh, they found drugs in somebody's packaging, blah blah. It was always excuse and delays. So it's when I decided. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go and do a mortgage or rent a factory, and that's what I did. I did that. I opened the business. I had it for 2 years before registered as one of the Tambori factories. So I registered in 2017, and since then we have 3. And yes, started doing cigars for us, and now we're doing cigars for 70 people. And instead of one brand, it's 3 brands. And,
nice. And so, so you got 3 factories. I know you got one that you in Africa as well, in Zimbabwe. So you don't hear Zimbabwe being a place where there's cigar factories. Tell us how you got hooked up with making cigars in Zimbabwe.
The whole thing is that I started about a year and I would say 14 months more or less with the pure African tobacco. I always fascinated for the African tobacco. To me, one is not the best in the whole world because of the soil. Simple as that. They don't have to be rotating, put, tobacco this right now for this harvest, and then they put corn and then tobacco. These guys don't do that. They don't need to do that. They plant over here, you imagine 20 acres, they plant, they do the harvest, They don't do nothing else. They just move to the next one, the next one, the next one. It's huge. You can go all around for 100 years and you never will go to the first one that you plant tobacco. So, and then I had the opportunity about 3 months, 4 months back. Somebody asked me for rollers to teach these guys to do it because they have a Cuban lady and they have a Dominican guy for the past year and a half. But pandemic here very bad, and they want to do something with me and teach how to roll or send some rollers or whatever. And we just became sister factories. So the factory is theirs. The blends, I will making the blends. Some of the blends will be made over there with, instead to do the African cigar in the DR, why not do it over there? So now they know how to roll, they do everything. So like this, it come already as a cigar instead to be as a plant. But that's what we are going to do. I will be doing cigars from them over here, in the DR. They will be doing cigars for me. They will send me to the DR and over here, the United States, African tobacco, already classified, because when you buy it right now, you have to buy the whole plant and you pay by the weight. So it's tons of waste. And, then you have to do a harvest in a fermented plant already. Doesn't make much sense, takes a lot of time. So it was good, everything was good, kind of like a 50-50 thing. You do this for me, I do that for you. And that's how I came with the Zimbabwe. And they have connections not in Zimbabwe. One of the owners, even though was born and raised in Georgia, over here in the States, he spent 30 years in Romania. And obviously Transylvania is in Romania, so he has many contacts over there, and that's where I can have the Transylvania leaves from him. So that's how it went.
What's the difference between tobacco from Zimbabwe and like Cameroon? Like, is there much of a difference?
It is different. The difference, well, first of all, is how you are going to do the fermentation, because the soil is more or less the same thing. But it will happen similar, for instance, to Nicaragua. Nicaragua is, first of all, is volcanic, but it's up and down. So this that is down below is not going to taste the same thing that the one over here. Jalapa is not going to taste the same that Condega, and so far and so on. Dominican Republic is a little more flat, even though depends how you do the nutrients you put to the plants, depends how you do fermentation. It tastes totally different, even for the same farm. So over there, if you want to, you can do the same thing. But some people, they can do like the Songran, and other guys, they can put the corn on top just to give them shade. So, and you taste the difference. Depends how how long you spend taking care of the plants and how long the fermentation is. Some of them they do in cabanas, so it's like a house, like a drying house, like they have in the DR, or we have in the DR, people have in Nicaragua or all around the world. Africa, that's what I like about the taste. They make a hole on the ground. They put obviously biscuit and everything, so dirt doesn't go over there. They put the whole plants to fermentate underground. So the plant are fermented underground. They take it out from there, and then they go and put it to dry again on the cabanas. So that's different flavor. When you have all the soil on top of that thing, believe it or not, you know that the tobacco leaf is like a sponge. You put something close to it, it's going to take that. So now you have all that soil, super rich, fertile soil on top of that plant. Even if it's not touching, it's getting the smell of it. So that's what is so nice. That cigar is nice because of that. But it is different. It's different. Depends where you go. Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, for those who may not have heard of your brand, BAMF Badass Motherfucker Cigars. So take us through your portfolio, on each of the blends and everything, and just tell us about each of your blends, and and like, what's your personal favorite blend out of all of them?
Well, blends we could be over here until next week at 7:30 because we have many blends. But to put it when we start with everything. It was seed. It was not the plant. It was the seed, all Cuban seed. So obviously people think, all tobacco comes from Cuba. Yes, it used to, but generation after generation, now the seed, it could be Dominican, it could be Nicaraguan, it could be Honduras, whatever, but actual seed from Cuba. So you grow that over there, and that's what all the Vasco. all the green tips start with Seco Piloto Cubano, Bison, Volado, everything was from Cuba. And that's how we start, so it's one of my favorites. But my really, really favorite for all of them is the Backwire. I love the Backwire, not just because of the design, not because of the blend. So what we use a lot in most of the blends, we are going to use always Criollo 98. Criollo 98 by itself maybe it's not the best. People will say, it's Criollo 98. But I always say when people ask me what I use Criollo 98, it's like, it's like a boxing match. You imagine that you have the second, you have the ligero, and you have nothing in between, and you have no referee. Boom, boom, imagine two heavyweights. They just fighting and fighting and fighting until somebody die or they just exhausted and go to the floor. Now you have a referee and you say, go to your corners. So that's the Criollo 98. It's the referee. He say, hey, Seco, get the hell out. Hey, ligero, get out. Hey, guys, come over here. And that's where we use that, that some people use, some people don't. But that's what is one of my favorite things to use. And that's what my barbed wire is one of my favorite blends. And it's not just like a decoration, like the ropes around. It has a purpose as well. It slows down the burn, so you enjoy more the cigar. It doesn't get hot. Oh, none of the cigars get hot. You can go over here and it doesn't get hot. But that's my favorite, my personal favorite. Now, the 12 gauge is Pepper Bomb. Is a good cigar, and these totally different blends. What we do, not just with BAMF, K9, and Ish Olivan, we have 440 blends. No one of them is the same. Obviously, you're going to have Seco in all of them, you're going to have Ligero in all of them, you can have whatever you use, you're going to have. But it's like a lot with a combination, Probably you have only 000. And people say, it's only, until you go to 999. Yeah, but to go to 999 from 000, how many numbers are there, 001, 002, and keep going and going and going. So you have, thousands and thousands, and not millions of combinations. So it depends how you do, your percentage, how much leaf you put on one, depends how you do it. But about the blends, I like always I like Seco Piloto Cubano. I love it. The Criollo 98 as a referee, like I said, I love it. Viso Cubano, I love it as well. Some Viso Nicaraguense we use as well. Olor Dominicano we use as a binder very often. As a wrapper, I use San Andres from Mexico, which I like. In this one, in the other brands, we use Arapiraca from Brazil, which I love it, and obviously we use Cameroon from Africa. So I like all of them. So yes.
Yeah, so it sounds like you've got a really wide portfolio, something for every smoker.
Yeah.
Now, if there was somebody new to your brand that what would be that one that you would recommend to give them that introduction to BAMF cigars?
I will give him for sure the green tip Habano. It's just mild to medium. Is none of the cigars, but especially this one, is going to give you like a little harsh or aftertaste or a little bitter. None of the cigars have it. Not because I say people that they can see us over here, people like Adam, like Paul Duke, Double H, they can tell you none of the cigars, it tastes the same, none of the cigars give you aftertaste. But to be just somebody that is just new with the band, with the thing, it will be, that's Adam. It will be the green tip Habano for sure, because it's just in between, it's no lightweight, but it's not heavyweight. It's just nice smoke.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, outside of your own blends, what do you like to smoke as far as other people's brands? Do you have are you just a one other brand type of guy, or are you just like on the spectrum of you smoke everything?
I smoke everything. And if I don't think that I don't like, it's not because the cigar is bad, it could be me. So I always revisit one, twice, 3 more times. I always do. So then a cigar that if I smoke 4 times and it's a little harsh for me, just for me, my personal opinion, I will go to the same brand, but a different cigar. So every manufacturer is going to do something better, something good and something better. It's nothing like it's not such as a bad cigar. It's just in our minds, and because I don't know, like we say in Spain, and that guy that I know all say that this cigar is bad, so now he's the police, the cigar police, and because he says he's bad and has 10,000 followers, he has to be bad. No, it's
Yeah.
not. Tobacco is tobacco, leaf is a leaf. So it depends how you roll and depends the age. It's like a wine. If you buy today's wine or you buy a Grand Reserve for 7 years back, it's the same wine, the same vineyard, but one is añejo, the other one is not. Same with the cigars. But I smoke everything, so everything. As a matter of fact, one of my ghosts, and I'm gonna tell you the name. I was surprised because I thought he's gonna kick my ass. And it's when he first came, and it's a Camacho, Triple Maduro. I thought it's gonna be, a name. Just you see, it's just how they put that kind of psychology that they put, or you thinking to yourself, like a subliminal message. Oh, he's just giving you the false information, thinking he's gonna be a killer. It's smooth as hell, and I love it. And it's one of the cigars that when I go and I don't find something that I don't feel like smoking this one or this one or the other one, I go Camacho Triple Maduro, smoke it, I'm happy.
Awesome. So okay, this is going to be a first time on Herf's Online, but hold that thought and talk to the people. I have to take a really quick piss outside the garage, and then because I'm over here dancing, I drank too much water before the show and didn't. So yeah, just talk your shit. And I got more questions coming up. This is an awesome conversation. So I'll be right back, y'all. You feel free to roast me in the comments.
Don't forget to floss and wash your hands. So now I have to put my cheetahs because now my vision is like that. So let's see some comments over here. Elu, double H. Yeah, there you go. East Prava Blend. There you go. And then look. So how you guys doing, man? So you see? No. Oh, if he's panelist, I don't care. But I hope it's not Andy-less. Yeah. Vintage 2022. It's a 18 3/4 by 3.5. Really is just 2 3/4 because the other thing is the filter, But, but yeah.
I probably just got roasted really bad, but
hey, that's when you feel good, and you can say, yeah, you know what? Let me go and take a leak. Absolutely.
I thought I was about to piss myself, but yeah. So continuing on the conversation here, so outside of going to a cigar lounge, like what's your ideal place? One of your favorite places to smoke a cigar, just in your personal time, when you're not smoking to work, for your brand.
Walking the dogs. I love it. Going to the park. Even though you can, I try not to smoke if it's like little children, kids around playing, and grandpas with them or parents with them. I try to stay away. And another place that I like is in Florida. Obviously, we can, but when we go to different states, my wife and I will love to hike. So I hike, and my recompense is as soon as I go all the way up, the first thing I do is like a cigar. And I say, I see you down there. And keep going. I'm gonna catch you. No worries. I go, like a 3, about 1/3. You want to call like that? Maybe half of the cigar. Just let it die, or have it in my hand, and then I go down to, and I love it. It's pure air over there. Cigar tastes totally different. Climb weather is totally different. Remember, every 1,000 feet is 3 degrees less.
Yeah.
So you attend, so. It's nice. It's nice. Now, don't have a full body cigar because maybe you don't. Maybe you go down, but you stumble because it is very pure over there. But yeah,
I mean, you sound like you're talking from experience there.
No, but I can tell you from experience, doing a jump, skydiving, open the canopy is called cross country. The last sunset jump is called the last jump of the night or the day. It's just when the sunset is, Obviously, it's getting down. You just open the canopy. And when you open the canopy, not before, I light a cigar. I thought it was the coolest thing I ever did. But when I went down, I was drunk as fuck. I said, how the fuck is this? So much nicotine, because you are like 14,000 feet high, and it takes you about 20, 25 minutes, all the way to 30 minutes, depends how you glide, with the canopy. So you almost halfway plus, and you keep puffing and puffing. It's nice. Well, it's nice. until you just touch land and you say, "Whoa!" Everything spins. So yeah, but it's fun. But it's
So it
fun.
sounds like you're into, you like hiking, you skydiving, like, it sounds like you're into adrenaline type stuff. Is that right?
I love it. I love it. Yes, hiking is mostly for my wife. If we go to one place and we don't hike, she will kill me or divorce me. So I just hike with her. But yeah, then she gets pissed off because we're going up and I go smoking a cigarette or smoking a cigar or whatever, and I say, "Stop doing that." Because everything goes back to her. But yeah, skydiving, I love it. Every you know something that has action and it's a sport. And I'm a team player, but sometimes I like to do things that is just on your own. Like for skydiving, yes, many records and many things with many people, 30 at a time, 40, 60, 70 at a time, and you do it. But I like more when the race is just on you. So, like drive a bike or a car. Obviously, I talk in the circuit. Or martial arts is one against another one, or skydiving when you do by yourself. So you part of my friends, you fuck it up, is on you. You don't mess up any team members. But
Yeah.
yeah, adrenaline junkie for sure. I love it. I love it.
I mean, going more into hiking and stuff, like what's the coolest place that you've ever hiked?
Wow, probably was we've been in no, I had to ask the name, honey. What was the one that we did in Arizona that we like?
Oh, I don't remember the name, but
Oh, me neither.
we went to Sedona and we hiked.
Oh, it was in Sedona in Arizona, but it was in Sedona. It was pretty nice. It was cool. Then we did. What is the last one that we did in Colorado? I saw with names.
We were at the Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, we went on the Rocky Mountain. Yeah, but
Rocky Mountain.
and the time before, the one that we went
and then
13.5.
we did Red Rock, and then I don't know. We did a lot of little.
Yeah, so we did like a 7 or 8 different ones. So with names,
The big one was Rocky Mountain.
yeah, it was the Rocky Mountain. We did it. Love it. Then obviously that's over here. Outside the United States, the Mont Blanc. I love it. I love the Mont Blanc. Hike over there. Love it. It's the beautiful. Then in the Pyrenees, you go to Andorra, which I love that town because it's duty free. No town. It's a country that is funny. 6 months, the government is from Spain. 6 months, the government is from France because it's a little country between two countries. So they don't have their own government. So it's 6 months and 6 months. But it's duty free. That's where people put the money over there. And if you want to buy whatever, a car is tax free, cigars tax free, everything. So when I go over there, I just pick up tons of Cuban cigars and not tax or nothing. It's awesome. It's awesome. But it's one of the beautiful views ever, because you up high, you like, I don't even know if it's 15, 16,000 feet high, and it's always snow over there. At the top is snow, and you walk for hours and hours and hours, but the views is amazing. You can see everything. You can see France, you can see Spain. It's beautiful. So that I love a lot. That hike, I love it. Yeah.
Nice. Now, I'm gonna jump back. I'm kind of jumping around here because I'm thinking of clever
It's okay.
things to talk about. So, as far as your brand goes, are you direct to consumer only, or do you have any brick and mortars that carry your product and all that?
In fact, it used to be 4 small kings used to have it over here, but that was when my business partner was over here. But then, more or less, I said, you know what he was doing and what I was about to do was different things. So I just pulled it out from the stores. Now they asking me to go back into the stores. But I had them in Nevada. I had them in California. I had them. That's only over here. Now we are going to go all around. So now, yes, we are going to do it. Now the team is bigger, so we are going to be doing it. But before it was only online. And obviously, I have China, I have Japan. Now, since yesterday was the first order, and they are going to open on April 1st. It's in England, and probably next month, if not the next, it will be in Germany. And hopefully by next year, it will be in Spain, right from there. So, much well to put in Spain.
Yeah.
So we are more international than national for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, probably because you're originally from Spain and you know people in other countries and stuff like that.
And I not only do that, so I still active in different things. So it's not just like I do cigars and cigars. I also own a construction company, so sometimes I can be working, 18 hours a day. Not like today. Today, thanks to Lou that came to visit me, and we have a cigar. He gave me 2 hours break, and then I say, "Oh, time to go home." So that was good. But normally, I work my ass off. I really do. I get up early in the morning and I come late at night. So I've been with some of these guys that they over here. They can see me, driving, and are you driving? And the only thing that they see is just some lights passing or something like that. And I come in from work and could be 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So I'm workaholic, and I love to work.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the time. But now, since last year, I have a car accident. And since last year, I said, you know what? Let's take it easy. I'm not 20 or 30 anymore, so I need a 40. I said, let's take it easy. And I'm not going to close the business. My guys can do the thing. Instead to be me doing most of the work, because I'm very picky and I want to pass inspections and everything has to be with permits. I said, you know what? So now I'm going to be doing more inspections. So building inspections and all of that thing, and leave my other guys doing that. So now I will be 100% on the tobacco and 2 or 3 inspections a week. So now, yes, now you will see more of the BAMF, K9, and Don Olivan all over the United States, because people are asking for it, but I never had the time, really.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, it's one of those things you got to find balance,
yep.
working a regular job and working your brand. Like, I mean, it's a lot of work. I work at a shop, and I do this on the side and all that. I treat this like a second job, pretty much. Being a cigar
Yes.
personality, and it's a lot of work. People see the glitz and glamour. They don't understand the hard work and dedication and pounding the pavement. I mean, you saw everybody who knew who I was when I was at the Great Smoke. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that those moments just make it all worth it from all the hard work that you put into it. That, hey, everybody knows who you are and all that. And pretty soon you'll get to the point where you won't have to introduce yourself. They'll be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Absolutely.
it's Ish Patel over there.
That is gonna be forever. Things coming, but yeah, it's many places that I go and they already know who I am. So I every time that I go to one place, the first thing I do is go to the humidor. I don't introduce myself at all. So I just go buy a cigar, because I go not to sell my cigar. Now I will go to sell my cigars or introduce my cigars, but I was just going to, just to win out, just to relax and to have a cigar and have a drink or have a glass of water, have a coffee and have my cigar. And many people now, because, things like you, that you're doing now, all the shows, the magazines and all of that, people say, you are, obviously, normally I don't go like this. I go just normal. Well, you saw me with a shirt, with whatever.
Yeah.
I don't go with BAMF. This is just to be home, or if I go outside, or even for work sometimes. But if I put the t-shirt right there, they know, because it's the guy with the ponytail, the guy whatever. But it's funny. I go to Germany and people know me more than the United States. It's fun. But yeah, and then you make friends with all of these people. Every time that you go, I don't care if it's Dortmund, Germany, or it's over here to any show, whatever. Everybody knows. The makers, the factories, they know who you are. The people, maybe they don't, but they know, because you go for a drink together, or you spend 2 or 3 hours together, or you go for lunch together. Last time I went to Germany, that was because of the pandemic. Last time I was 18. It was Orlando Padron Jr., his wife and I, from Miami all the way to there. And then when we finished, just happened that we go in the same seats again all the way to Spain. So, you spend 12 hours with these guys talking about everything on the plane, and interchange phone numbers, interchange knowledge about cigars and all of that. And it's fun. So all these guys, it knows who you are, but people in the streets, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, which is all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Now I heard a little birdie told me a while ago that you also have your own wine. Is that like a company that you're involved with, or you just like make, or you just have your own wine just for personal consumption?
No, I don't have my own wine. I own 2 wineries.
Okay,
But
so you own
I
2 wineries. Okay.
yeah, but I don't produce the wine. So my deal with them is that they can use as long as that everything is maintained, they can use whatever. They don't have to pay me, and I don't pay them until I retire or whatever, and I want to go to Spain. So now, yes, now it will be if I can do wine, I will do wine, or I just sell them, whatever it is. But yeah, it's one main company that buy the grapes from for me is Marque de Cáceres. They use it. They use it. It's like they were test, but it's mine. So it's not like it's my wine. It is my winery, my vineyards. My vineyards, no winery, vineyards, sorry. So yeah.
Okay. Now, because I heard about that, and I keep hearing people say, I heard about this previous, but I hear people say, talking about it. I see people talking about it in the comments and everything. So, I mean, how did you get involved in wine? Having the wineries. Like how long have you had those?
About, I don't know, many years. But remember, I was born and raised in the Basque Country, but since I was probably 4, maybe 5, we went to La Rioja, which is a wine country in Spain, and I grew up with going over there 3 months vacations in summer and helping my neighbors, go to the harvest of the grapes, stepping on the grapes, like obviously I was 40 pounds wet, but it was fun. Go over there, step on the things or whatever. And then I saw, believe it or not, I saw online that it was 2 for sale. I had the money at the time, and I bought them. And then when I said to my parents, they told me, well, why you bought? I said, I don't know, but my father always said that land is worth more than nothing else, so I bought it. I bought the vineyards, yeah.
So is that kind of your retirement plan there? Is to
hopefully, who knows, but hopefully.
Yeah, because I keep hearing good stuff about it. So they were telling me, little birdies were telling me that, that you got some good wine. Everybody in the comments, I was like, wow, it's. Yeah. I mean, what aren't you involved in, Ish?
Oh, in many things, I don't do manicures or pedicures and things like this. I don't do that, I like to do many things, but I don't like to do so many things that you just know a little of it. If I do something, it's because I know or I keep learning. If not, I will not do it at all. So
yeah,
if I didn't know about tobacco, or I didn't blend my own tobacco, or I don't know how to roll tobacco, I will say, well, I just have mortgages and rents in 3 factories, and that's what I do, And my guys do everything, and I just the face. But before do that, you must know what you're doing. It's like when I open a construction business, I open a construction business over here because my degree is engineer. So I say, well, what am I going to do in the United States? So boom, I went and I opened a construction business back in 2004. But if I didn't know anything, I will be just the face and doing estimates or whatever. But no, you can ask all my workers. 85% of the work I do it myself. And even if they do, I will go and redo it again. So, not redo it, just take a look to be sure that it's going to pass inspection and all that. So the things I do is because I know how to do it. Otherwise, I will just not do it at all.
Most definitely. Well, we're at the point of the show now. We're going to go ahead and just get into some random fun questions, it's conversation starters type thing. See what comes out of your mouth here. So let me pick. I got some questions here from the good old interwebs. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Food. You're talking
what weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
Weird. Jesus Christ. I'm picky eater. Oh, my wife is obese, can tell you, but weird.
He doesn't eat anything weird.
I don't eat nothing weird. Yeah, she say it.
So there's no like weird food combinations like pineapples on pizza or something like that.
Not really. No, I don't. I really don't.
I guess you're the most normal person I met.
I'm the steak and potatoes.
Yeah, you don't need
Yeah, I'm like a steak and potatoes, and meat. I'm in the middle of it. Now,
I mean, that's not really a weird combination, though.
Now, if somebody told me the weird thing I ate, it was in Thailand. I was in Thailand, and for 3 months over there, they give me, the Chinese boxes that they put the rice, and they give me the chopsticks, and I thought I'm gonna eat rice. And when I open, I see fucking cricket jumping. And you had to eat them because you over there, you a guest, and they eating, and so I went. try to get one. Okay, finally I have one. I say, oh, poor thing, god damn it. Put it in my mouth and so I eat it, and they're looking at me like, and the translator said, burp. I said, what? Burp. I said, for what? For the cricket? Burp. And I went, and I went, that means that you like the food. So you had to burp. So that was an awkward situation. And the weird thing I ate, like I like crickets. It's kind of, it's kind of weird. But yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So I guess that is a weird food combination because I don't foresee myself eating crickets. So let's see here. I'm gonna pick some good ass questions here. What would a world populated by clones of you look like?
I don't know. Oh. Man, what a questions. I have no idea. What would like it? I don't know.
I mean, just imagine the whole world was, populated by clones of you. What would that look like?
It will be a fucked up war, It will be like an ant, like a because I cannot stop. So imagine one of me is too much, too many. So imagine the whole. No, it will be like a little carpenter ants and doing non-stop. It will be work. But when we have fun, it's fun. So it will be, work and fun. Yep.
It would be a badass motherfucking world.
It will be a badass motherfucking world. Now we are gonna work, but we are gonna enjoy.
Yep. So where are some unusual places you've been?
Unusual. Many places. I've been in 69 countries, but unusual. Oh, one unusual that people don't go, at least that you go, but I went because I was in the military. Is Angola is one of them. I don't know, Thailand, but people go to Thailand. I don't know. Most parts of Africa I've been. I don't know. Afghanistan. I really don't know. But that's countries, places, unusual places per se. I don't know. I'm a normal guy, so I go to normal places. Not unusual, it's I just go to I'm pretty normal. So I don't go like let's do this or let's do that. Yes, I can all of a sudden pick up the car and drive. All of a sudden say I'm gonna drive 200 miles and let's see what is over here. And I go and I all of a sudden I start to walk and I get lost. I have to go back, and it's not this unusual. It's like I don't know the place, but
yeah. All right, fair enough. All right, let's see here. What's the most epic way you've seen someone quit or be fired?
Oh, I saw one guy not getting fired. It was epic. It was kind of funny. The guy told him as a joke, "Man, you fire," and the guy said, "You fire me? No, I quit." And the guy left. And it was a joke. And I said, "What?" And 2 days later, they start to work together again. But it was just like a joke. I said, I'm gonna fuck with Jonathan. And he comes over here. We work that was in Mount New Jersey. I was building a hotel for Hampton, and he was the guy with the plumbers. And hey, please call Jonathan. Jonathan come. Hey man, you know what? You fuck it up today. You fire. And the guy, he just came from work. Say, no, you don't fire me. Fuck you. I quit. And I said, what? That was kind of weird.
It was a joke the whole time. That's what makes it funny.
What the hell? Yeah, it was a joke. But yeah, that's the only thing I saw kind of funny.
Let's see here. If you could not be convicted of any one type of crime, what criminal charge would you like to be immune to?
Oh, Jesus Christ. A crime. Probably will be, rob a bank, so I work less and I have more factories. Yeah, that's for sure. Rob the biggest bank ever. So I can, I will put many people to work. I will open more factories. I will do more blends. Everybody will be happy. For sure, that will be rob a bank, probably.
Awesome. I think that would be my answer too, because if you can't get convicted of it and you just do it, oh well.
Get all the money you can, for sure.
Hell to the yeah, because that's they say more money, more problems. Well, having more money will solve a lot of the problems.
A lot of them, and they say that money don't is not happiness, no, but it make you very happy, you know. And money doesn't give you health. Well, it can pay for it. So it depends how you look at it, you know. If you don't
Exactly.
change, you become
Exactly.
you become a totally ass because of that. That's a different story, but
Yeah. All right, just a couple more here, and then we'll go ahead and be done. So, I gotta make this good. The last couple good. Hold on. What's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten?
well, probably the Carolina Reaper is. There is another one now, but I didn't try it. But I eat the Carolina Reaper, and my wife it does spicy from many of them, from habaneros, from Trinidad, from skull bonnets. I eat many spicy things. So every day is spicy. I love spicy, but probably Carolina Reaper.
Nice. I can't do spicy, man. I wish, but
I
nah,
love
I
it.
don't. I don't want my butthole to burn.
Well, you need to to eat ice cream. So the next day you say ice cream to control the fire.
All right. Uh, I gotta make this last one really good. What are you interested in that most people aren't?
Well, I very interesting, obviously, because it's a hobby, but it's a sport, and I make money with it as well. It's skydiving. I'm super interested in that. I don't care about everything that I'm interested about it. It will be something good, not nothing like I'm not interested in politics whatsoever, not religion whatsoever, nothing like that. But something I'm interested in is something that I can learn and I can teach. So probably I'm very interested in new techniques in skydiving. And another thing I'm very interested in is obviously because of my background is weapons. I'm very interested about it, and I like to know
Nice.
everything about the new ones and old ones.
Nice. Well, before we get off of here, let everybody, if whoever's watching that doesn't already follow you on social media, is gonna watch this after the fact. Let people know where they can follow you online and all that good stuff.
Okay, so you just go and put BAMF cigars either in Instagram or Facebook. I will be there, or just my name, Ismael Olivan. And from websites, it will be BAMFcigars.com and ROCFcigars.com.
Nice. Well, Ish, man, I appreciate you so much for coming on the show, man, and hopefully got you some more exposure, all over, and for people to check you out and all that good stuff. And everybody in the comments, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. It's been a nice little crowd, throughout the whole show, in and out. So,
Nice.
hey, I know it's been a few weeks. Next week, though, we got Matt and Garrett from How About That Cigar. So
Nice.
I know you met them at the Great Smoke, and awesome guys. I look forward to having them on. And they're kind of my competition. They're on a different day of the week, but we do the same type of show.
It's so
But
good.
there really is no competition, though. It is what it is. We produce great content, have our own different styles of doing things. So looking forward to that. So if you're watching for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Tell somebody about the show. I got some bigger names coming up in the next few months, hopefully. I'm working on some big stuff. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell somebody about the show. And you guys have a great night. And I'll let you know when we're not live so we can talk that real shit.